About a month ago, Seth Rollins thinking or claims that he was injured when he had his match against LA Knight at Saturday Night Main Event. But turns out, Seth Rollins was never injured at all. And he fooled us. He fooled us thinking that he was hurt because he tweaked his knee when he was doing the backflip or a moonsault springboard, and he landed his feet and all of a sudden tweaked his knee thinking that he was legit hurt. Now, people were saying that all of this could have been a word or it was part of an injury storyline. It was not all of those things. No, he fooled us, y'all. Seth Rollins has faked his knee injury and wins the World Heavyweight title after beating CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. Yes, I said it. After 3-minute moment of CM Punk holding the world title. Eventually, this feud is going to continue to go on. But anyways, what is poppin', y'all? It's your boy T-Mark, aka D-Ron. So back with another video. So tonight, I am going to be doing my SummerSlam Night 1 review. Now, SummerSlam. Let's talk about SummerSlam for a little bit. So even though SummerSlam hasn't really been the best build-up for these matches for like the last couple weeks or so, I do want to tell y'all guys that it was my birthday last week or last month, but either one of those two. Yes, I turned 24 last weekend, and yes, I did not want to do nothing on my birthday, but at the same time I didn't want to, but at the same time I did something anyway. So anyways, you know, none of these build-ups to these matches at SummerSlam really wasn't the best, but, you know, WWE really did well with SummerSlam with Night 1, even though this is the first SummerSlam that is going two-night event from Saturday until Sunday, which is tomorrow night, which I'm also going to be doing my review also. You know, I thought SummerSlam Night 1, it wasn't a bad show. I will say it was good. You know, in terms of, you know, the stories between CM Punk and Seth Rollins, that's still going on. With Sami Zayn being Karion Kross. Now, I don't know what the status contract on Karion Kross WWE status is, but I'm going to get into that later. And not only that, we have a new World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. So we are going to do all the matches. We're going to do all the matches that I am finna talk about right now. So if this is your first time on my channel and you are new on this channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already yet. Follow me on social media, turn on notifications, because I will be posting every single week. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. Alright, so the first match of the night was Roman Reigns, Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Now, I will say the match was good so far. The match was definitely good. It was actually a very good match. One crazy thing about this match, I will say, when Roman was doing a suicide over the top rope dive, it almost like it's like he was almost about to hit his head on a hard, solid concrete. But even though they have these safe paths around ringside, where wrestlers are mostly going to land or most likely jump from to make it safer. But Roman, when he did that suicide over the top rope dive, it looked like he was finna hit his head. It looked like he was going to hit his head. And when Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, it's like they didn't really catch him on time long enough. They didn't really catch him on time when Roman was jumping over the top rope. That was one crazy thing I saw in the match. And then Bronson Reed did a suicide dive, which he almost hit his head on the concrete floor. But yeah, that was crazy also. As big as Bronson Reed is, I mean, he's kind of like, I will tell you, me and Bronson Reed are kind of like the same body weight because we're bigger guys than him. Like he's kind of like a bigger guy than I am, because I'm not going to say my way, I'm not going to say it, but me and him are pretty much similar from one another. But anyways, so the finishing of the match, you know, I thought Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker was going to win, But I don't like the finish of how Roman and Jade just took the win here. I mean, to be real here, Roman could have took this loss. He really could have took this loss because he honestly did not really need a win here. I feel like the best winners could have been Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And the reason why I say that is because, like, you know, when Seth Rollins, like, endorsed this group with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, I thought that was going to go somewhere. But it's starting to becoming a bit slow as months went by. It was starting to going down slow for a little bit, but I feel like they could have took the win here. And I know that there was gonna be a match against Roman versus Braun Breaker sometime later down the line, somewhere down the line, but they still will do it. But I would have preferred Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker to win this match because, you know, WWE is building Braun Breaker up as this main event character. And the thing is about Braun Breaker, it's like he is like the most dominant monster like in wrestling. Like the man is like sorely vicious. Like he will spear people like crazy, man. The high speeds of how much he's running and that spear that he does, it's just like Braun Breaker's spear is so devastating. I mean, even with Roman's spear, I mean, Roman's spear is good, but not as good as Braun Breaker's spear. But they're setting up Braun Breaker as a main event player, and if they really want to make Braun Breaker as like this dominant force, or not only just that, make Seth Rollins' group as a dominant force, what it should be, then with Seth winning the world title, which I will talk about that later, with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, if they really want to elevate themselves, or where if you really want them to make a big name out of themselves, you know Braun Breaker is already starting to make a name out of himself. But since like they're like a regular team together, I feel like all three of them should hold belts. Seth won the world title, and now Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed need to win a title. Like they can go after the World Tag Team titles because the Raw tag teams on Raw right now, honestly, not looking so good. It's really not looking so good, and hopefully that will do something with the group. And now all three can hold the belt. Seth winning the world title, and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker got the tag team title. So hopefully that leads up to them going after the world tag team titles on Raw. So hopefully, I hope they go with that route. But overall, this was definitely a good match. Next match is Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez for the women's tag team championships. I thought this match was kind of solid. I will say this match was solid. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Charlotte for what she was doing for the last several years or so. I'm not the biggest fan of her. But what I am starting a little bit liking about Charlotte is that she's most likely is showing people the liking of her character. With Alexa Bliss now, both of them and attaching together. But I know at some point they are going to start a feud at one point, and I do like at the end of the match where Alexa was going to do the Sister Abigail, known as Bray Wyatt's move. Alexa turned around and looked at Charlotte like she was going to turn on her, but no. Charlotte attacked Raquel, and Alexa hit the Sister Abigail, and yeah, Charlotte and Alexa are the new women's tag team titles, which I don't really too much care about these women's titles, but they're mostly on TV, whatever the case, because lately I just don't care. But yeah, they won the women's tag team titles, and I don't know who they're going to go up against. Probably they most likely going to face Raquel and Roxanne again. Mostly, probably do the rematch on Raw, or probably save it for a PLE show for Survivor Series and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know where they go. So they took the victory here. Hopefully with Charlotte and Alexa, hopefully they start the feud off somewhere, probably sometime off this next year. Probably. So, next match. Karion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Again. And this time, Sami Zayn beats Karion Kross. This match was alright. It's just that, with Sami winning the last match against Karion Kross at Night of Champions, I was thinking that they would have Karion Kross beat Sami Zayn. Which they did this match already. They have Sami Zayn lose to Karion Kross. And now Sami Zayn beat Karion Kross for the second time. It was crazy. Like, Sami just beats Karion Kross. So, they're done with this feud. I don't know where Sami's going to go after this or Karion Kross. Now, I do want to speak a little bit on Karion Kross' contract. So, I saw something about him and Charlotte probably not going to renew their contracts. It's most likely they are going to leave WWE. I don't know, but I think if that's like the only reason why they're not renewing their contracts and whatnot, then they're probably, if the reason why Karion Kross ended up losing to Sami tonight the way he did, then that's probably why that he probably may end up leaving WWE. I really wish WWE had the right direction for Karion Kross. I mean, what he was doing over the last couple of weeks or so with Sami Zayn, I feel like that was literally a good rivalry he had with him. But I wasn't most likely enjoyed it. But like Karion Kross, like to me, deserves to be getting like a push, and they, in my opinion, really hasn't been treating him like he should be like one of the top guys in the company. Because at one point he was during his NXT run, but when he came to not NXT, but when he came to Raw, facing Jeff Hardy when he was NXT champion, they already just buried him completely. His musique and his momentum and everything just been thrown away. Like, he was just never the same after that. So, what they did instead, they released him in 2021, and they brought him back, and I thought they was really going to do something with him, but they didn't really do much with him other than being like this. I don't know how you say it, but he was just mostly just acting like a character backstage in these backstage segments. Because that's like mostly what he's been like in the last couple months or so. But so, like I said, I don't know if Karion Kross is the only reason why he lost to Sami, and that's probably like the only reason why he ended up not renewing his contract, and that's most likely he's going to probably be on his way out. So, yeah, that's mostly probably why. I don't know. I got to get more details on that. So, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. I thought she really did really good in this match here with Tiffany Stratton. She actually did really well here. Even though her in-ring work still needs a lot of work, I really do feel like she needs a lot more work on her in-ring ability. But I will say that she actually, the way she was like encountering moves that she could have done from the get-go. But I really thought she really did well with Tiffany Stratton. But Jay didn't win here. We already knew like who was going to be the winner here. Most likely Tiffany Stratton, which she ended up retaining her women's world title or the women's championship, wherever they call it, the women's world heavyweight title and women's women's championship. I don't know why they should call the names with women's world titles something different. That's all I'm saying. The WWE's women's championship, Tiffany Stratton have retained. I don't know who else she's going to probably go up against. And I'm talking about Tiffany. I don't know exactly who Tiffany Stratton is most likely going to face, but hopefully I found out something. Well, this was a good match, though. Next is Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I'm not the fan well, I'm not gonna say I'm the fan, but you know, Jelly Roll, I see that he's doing some training, but the thing is about him is that he's not like an average wrestler. You know what I mean? He's not really like a most average wrestler like Logan Paul is. But Jelly Roll did some cool stuff in the match, though. He did a bit of cool stuff in the match, though. People was thinking that Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre should happen again with just one-on-one. No. But the only thing that made the match even less better was this tag match. Now, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll lose here. And I did like one cool spot that Logan Paul did. I will say that. I will give a lot of credit what Logan Paul do inside the ring. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of him. I'm not the biggest fan of Logan Paul. But I can at least credit him of the stuff that he did in the match that was so risky. Like, there was one spot that he did when he was on the turnbuckle. On the turnbuckle where Jelly Roll was laid out on the announcer table and Logan had his sunglasses on. He had 2 prime drinks. He was doing this like, you know what Stone Cold does. He did an absolutely crazy frog splash to Jelly Roll. I thought that spot was crazy. You know, I've seen it a couple of times, but that spot with him doing the frog splash on Jelly Roll, I thought that was insane. But, yeah. So, I think what happened during the inning is that, like, Randy hit the RKO on Drew McIntyre. And I think Drew hit the Claymore on Jelly Roll. And then Logan Paul did a frog splash. And then he pins Jelly Roll. And then Drew McIntyre and Logan wins. And they took the victory. Drew McIntyre and Logan took the victory here. So, the match was not bad. The match was not bad at all. Like I said, Jelly Roll did a bit of cool stuff in the ring. Did like a choke slam. And that's mostly what he done. Honestly, not really too much coming out of it, but it was a decent match overall. I would say not into anything new or exciting, but this is just a decent match. So yeah. So the main event, CM Punk versus Gunther for the World's Heavyweight Championship. I thought this match with Gunther, CM Punk, I thought they did so well with one another. Like, CM Punk and Gunther, I thought they had, like, the best inside the ring work throughout the entire night of the show. The entire night of the show, I thought they did well here. But there was, like, not anything crazy, but there was, like, one spot that CM Punk was taking a lot of chops from Gunther, it was like brutalizing. Like, CM Punk was just taking shot after shot with the knife edge chops. Like, him and CM Punk was going crazy at each other. Even like during like the middle of the match, they was just going at each other. And there was like one thing in the match that I don't know how this happened. But, so, CM Punk pulls Gunther. Well, Gunther was staying on the announcer's table. He just pulled Gunther's legs on the announcer's table. And somehow, the camera goes away and then it comes back on Gunther. And he starts bleeding, like dripping amount of blood that is pouring down Gunther's face. And I'm trying to figure out, like, how is he bleeding? Like, he didn't got hit with nothing in the head, like no foreign object to the head or nothing. So that was, him bleeding was kind of confusing. Because he was standing on the announcer table, but he didn't really got hit. But I'm pretty sure he got hit on the announcer's table on his head, like, really hard when Punk pulled his legs underneath him. And Gunther got back in the ring. He's like, he's blind. His eyes are blind from all the blood dripping. And then CM Punk hits the GTS on Gunther. And he hits it. Gunther is just out of it. Like, he is like still standing like he's still standing like this after he hit with the GTS. And then Punk did a second GTS to Gunther. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk is your new world champion. This was actually a good match, man. This was actually a good match for the night of SummerSlam for night one. So, yeah. So when CM Punk celebrates this moment being new world champion, guess who comes out? Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. Like, Seth came out there with crunches and wearing a knee brace. And I thought in my mind that, oh yeah, Seth's gonna cash in. He's gonna cash in. I thought that was like the end of the show right there, where CM Punk just beats Gunther, and that's where the show's gonna go off the air. No. For the whole time, I thought we were like praising for Seth to get better when he gets healed up. We was all up in our minds thinking that Seth was gonna be out for a long time, and if the injury that he took in was legitimate, it wasn't. He played all of us. Played every last single one of us thinking that he was injured. So when Seth turned around, walked backstage, when he almost walked backstage, he has two crunches beside him. He threw them on the ground, took his knee brace off. He got his Money in the Bank briefcase. He's running down to the ring, and he is beating down CM Punk with the briefcase. He hits him with the curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins is your new World Heavyweight Champion. He is your new World Heavyweight Champion, y'all. And I will say I was pissed as hell. But at the same time, I liked it. But I was pissed off at the same time. It's like, Seth, you old dirty son of a bitch. We all of this time that you were hurt and you completely fooled every last one of us thinking that you was hurt. And we're saying our fair wishes to tell you get a full spirit recovery and all this other stuff. But he played all of us. He just played us. He played me and he played all of you thinking that he was hurt, but he wasn't. And I was kind of a bit upset right there, but I liked it at the same time because, one, this actually saved SummerSlam Night 1 of the main event that we got tonight. You know, and that's like the part of the key that was kind of missing from Seth Rollins' group. Finally getting the briefcase and being world champion. And that's what the thing of Seth Rollins' group needed. Now, since Seth Rollins won the world title, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed need a title on them also. So, CM Punk and Seth Rollins feud is still going to continue to go on. Bro, this all started when CM Punk came back to WWE back in 2023. And him and Seth do not like each other. They hate each other to fucking death. It's like 1 minute they causing each other matches. CM Punk is causing his match against Seth. Seth is causing his match against CM Punk. It's like they're tearing each other apart like crazy and everything. Everything. Especially when, y'all remember last year when Drew McIntyre beat Seth for the world title and Drew hold it for a couple seconds, and then where Damian Priest cashed in the briefcase, and well, that was just CM Punk versus, that's the start of the Drew versus CM Punk feud from last year, which that's still one of the best feuds from last year. So, for Seth and CM Punk, they're probably going to do this match. They're still going to continue to do this feud at Bad Blood. Because if they're going to do this, continue with this feud they got with one another, then this should be at Hell in a Cell. If they can't do that, then they probably may save that for WrestleMania next year. Because they got plenty of time to getting all of this sorted out. I don't know if that's going to happen at Bad Blood, where CM Punk versus Seth Rollins is going to take place from. Probably maybe at Hell in a Cell, or they probably may save that for WrestleMania if they decide to do Hell in a Cell for WrestleMania next year. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do there. But I will say Seth cashing in on Paul definitely saved the show. It definitely saved the show. For all the matches, though, I'm not going to say I care, but I liked a little bit of it. It's just that the cash-in was like the only thing that actually saved the show. I thought the tag match with Roman and Jay and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed was good. I enjoyed that. But I just did not like the finish of it. It could have been Braun Breaker versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed taking the W. But overall, it was a good match. So, yeah, y'all let me know, what was your favorite match of SummerSlam Night 1 that you enjoyed? Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about it. I definitely enjoyed CM Punk versus Gunther, which I thought it was a very good match, in my opinion. The rest of the matches, it was alright. It was alright. They had good, solid matches, I will say. So, night 2 tomorrow night, I am going to be doing. So please turn on notifications for that, because I will be doing a review on that tomorrow also. So yeah, y'all, that is it for my review of SummerSlam for Night 1. I will be back up here tomorrow night to do SummerSlam Night 2. I'm hoping that John Cena versus Cody for the Street Fight. I hope their match from SummerSlam, from their match earlier this year from WrestleMania, from SummerSlam, hopefully their match is more better than is from their match from WrestleMania this year. So hopefully, I know there's going to be some shenanigans being played here. I know there's going to be multiple people getting involved in all of this. People saying that The Rock may show up, which I don't think he will. And I'm hearing that people saying that Cody probably may turn heel since Dawn randomly just turned back into a babyface. Which I've been saying that John should turn back into a babyface. But I'll talk about all of that later tomorrow night. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what your thoughts and what was your favorite match from Night 1 of SummerSlam that you enjoy. And follow me all social medias down below. I'll be back with another video, y'all. Peace.
My moment to shine. This is my time of flight. I've been grinding forever just for this very night. I've been pushing for many moments like this. This time is undervalued and no one ever could.